Matthew chapter 7 verse 7 says, "Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you." Good day everyone. My name is Emmanuel Okwa. I'm here to correct misinterpreted texts and topics, biblical misinterpreted texts and topics. And today our text is going to be Matthew chapter 7 verse 7, which I just read earlier. And I still read it again. It says, "Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you." Now let's see what it says. Many use this verse to claim that God will give them anything they ask for. But is that really what Jesus meant? Is that really what Christ meant? Now let's see. Let's see the misinterpretation and a lot of interpretation that people have called into it that is not right. Now, some believe this verse guarantees God's provision for anything they desire, even selfish or material requests. Many people think that anything that they desire, whether selfish, whether material requests, that this verse says that He will give it to us. That anything you require, evil or bad, it will give it to you. Now, let's look at the real historical background concerning this particular verse. Jesus is speaking to His followers. We should understand that about prayer and God's willingness to bless those who sincerely seek Him. This place simply means that it's people that are doing His will that passage is for. It's people that are really doing what He says you should do that passage is for. Not for anyhow, not for the infidels, not for the unbelievers, but for the people that are diligently seeking His face. And also, it's not about everything you want, but about aligning your request with God's will. It's not about anything you want. You have heard the saying that says God's will, your way, your will, God's will. So you should be patient. If you have listened to my former video on Romans chapter 8 verse 28, you understand that your will and God's will are quite different. So you should be patient for God's will. Wait for His time. Don't rush. Don't overrush. Don't overstep. Now, let's look at the right interpretation concerning this Matthew chapter 7 verse 7. It says, this verse is a promise of God's readiness to answer those who are earnestly seeking His kingdom and righteousness. Yes, this verse is talking about people that are earnestly seeking His kingdom and righteousness. That's what this verse is just talking about. People that are really doing His will. You can't be someone that is into evil acts or corruption and you say this verse is for you. No, it is not for you. It is for those that are doing His will. And also you can check the book of Matthew chapter 6 verse 23. It explains more better. Now, let's look at how to apply this. When praying, seek God's will first and trust that He will give what is best for you, even if it's not exactly what you ask for. You should allow God to take control whenever you are praying. This is how to apply this Matthew chapter 7 verse 7. When you ask God, God, I need financial blessings, which has been a norm now that a lot of people need financial blessings, or they need breakthrough, or you want to give birth, or all those things. That you should allow God take control. Let Him take charge. It's not that because you need financial blessings, you will dip your hand into things that are not right. No. You need to allow God take charge and take control. And what I want to remind us of is that we should what? I want to remind us that prayer is about aligning with God's purpose, not demanding things from Him. Keep seeking His will above your own desire. Keep seeking God's will above your own desire. Thank you for listening. If you have listened up to this moment, we pray that God is going to help us, O Lord, to do according to His will and also going to seek His will according to His own desire. I urge us to like, to comment, and also to subscribe so that we'll keep pushing the gospel of God forward. Remain blessed.